Hello and welcome back. In honor of World Card Making Day, me and a few of my crafty friends got together to do a little hop. This is a small hop. If you want to watch all of the videos, it would take you, I think, less than an hour. We are just celebrating card making in whatever way we see fit. So there'll be a variety of different projects that you'll see throughout this hop, all celebrating card making. Don't forget to check the description box below and find all of the links. My first video on YouTube was on World Card Making Day 2 years ago, and it was kind of a demonstration of how you can start slow with card making and kind of build up your stash and build up your skill over time and add different things to your cards as you go. I'm going to go ahead and link that up here, and feel free to take a look at that if you are interested, especially if you are a new card maker. So these particular cards today I made without the help of a scoring board, a paper trimmer, or any fancy dies. So I used my T-square ruler, my scissors, and my pen, my fancy sparkle gel pen. I did, however, use this just to help me get my creases, but you don't need that. You can use your fingers or, any other kind of tool that is appropriate for burnishing. You could use the backside of a butter knife if you need to. And so I just made some cuts and glued it together, and now we have some cards that you can easily place a gift card, or even if you didn't have a gift card, it could be photos or tickets to a show if paper tickets still exist, things like that. This one you can see is personalized, and it would have just been as easy to make as with any kind of paper, packaging, magazine pages that you like, tissue paper that you get from packaging that is interesting. And then I just used some letter stickers that have been in my stash for probably 100 years and personalized it. So let me take you through this process. So today we're going to start with one piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. The cardstock I'm using today is 110 pound, but you can use any weight of cardstock. You can even use printer paper if that's what you have. This design will work the same for any type of paper as long as you can fold it. Now we're just going to open that up and fold it the other way. And just take your time and get it as straight as possible. If it's a little crooked, that's just fine. Again, you don't really need a burnishing tool or a bone folder for this, but it just helps if you want to crease down your folds just a little bit extra. Next, we're just going to take our scissors and we're going to cut one panel away. Now, you will see when I fold the other panel up how this goes. So just make sure that you get that bottom right hand rectangle cut away. And then for the pocket, you can use just your scissor. You can measure it if you like. What I like to do is put it at an angle, especially when I'm just using the scissors, because if it's a little crooked, you can't tell. I guess it is crooked on purpose, so it's a design feature rather than a flaw. And there you go. You have your little pocket. And that is it. Now we're just going to go ahead and decorate the front of our card. I am using designer paper to make this really simple today. So I just measured the front of my card, and I'm going to cut this paper about 1/4 of an inch smaller than that card base at the top and the bottom. And that way it's going to give us that little white kind of matting behind. So all you do is you measure your card base, and when you make these measurements with your ruler, they will be just a little bit short. And there you go. You have this little matting situation going on. And that really brings some interest and kind of has your focus go to the center of the card. And I have this cut apart from the collection. I'm just going to mat it on some black cardstock, and again I'm going to cut around it with my scissor about 1/8 of an inch around the sides. When you're using scissors, you want to make as few cuts as possible. Set your scissor and make a long cut. The fewer times that you reset or reposition your scissor, the less likely it is to be wonky and not straight. And we're not looking for perfection, we just want it straightish. And now I just take a second to add some decoration to the inside of the card. I just took a piece of the extra background paper and glued that in on one side. And then I used a piece of scrap glitter cardstock to cover up our pocket. Now you'll see here that I just take the angle and I just make a couple marks on the right side and the left side. Then I just use my ruler to get that angle correct. And then I just cut right below the line because I do want that little matting effect that you can see there at the end. Now some of this is obviously sped up, but I'm just going to take you through another one. You can slow it down using your YouTube controls if you like, or you can just go back to the beginning of the video. I cut that one panel, and then I go ahead and cut this pocket, and then I glue down the two sides. And then for this one, I just used some of the background papers that I have laying around. But like I said in the intro to this video, here you can use almost anything. You can leave it blank for one thing, but you can also use a piece of packaging that maybe has, you know, some fancy writing on it, or some magazine pages, a coloring page, cut that down and put that on the front, just whatever you have. You really are just personalizing a gift card for someone. So just see what you've got laying around the house if you don't have any fancy scrapbook paper. Here I have some old stickers, and I decided I was going to personalize this one. So I didn't want to make it too fancy. This is really going to be just a vehicle for the gift card, right? But if you personalize it, just put a little personal touch on there, the recipient might keep it around for just a little bit longer. So here, because we're not using fancy tools, I did use these stickers, but then I use my sparkle pen, and I just draw some hearts around the front, just at random. Now, you can use a regular pen, a gel, any kind of gel pen, any kind of marker that you have. Of course, just the type of ink and the width of your pen is going to change up the look of this just a little bit. And there you have your pocket and a place for your sentiment or your personal note. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you know when I load videos or when I have a live event. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope that if you're new to card making, you found some value in this video. I want to encourage you to watch the video at the top right that I'm linking. It is all about using minimal supplies and building your card making stash over time to get into card making and find what you love.